Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of February 24th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the tarot, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. And if you want to learn how to read the tarot, you'll find information on my beginner's course below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Sunstone, the Light Seers Tarot with Citron, and the Tarot of Symbolic Worth with Lapis Lazuli. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay. Nice. Okay. Interesting, with the sun reversed at the bottom of the deck. That's a really interesting card to have at the bottom of this reading. That, if not perfect, is close enough. So I will do that. I'll see you right now. Yeah, group 1, the phrase that sums all of this up is standing up for yourself. Given that this axis is like upright and also upright, you know, the vertical axis, that kind of puts the 5 of Swords in the middle of the reading in that context, you know. It's really interesting that the Emperor and the Empress are both here. It took me a while to notice after I paused, actually. But the fact that the other card here is the 2 of Wands is indicating to me that whatever this is either a new venture or that you're not used to standing up for yourself in this way or asserting a boundary or something like that. And that could play into why the Emperor is reversed. You know, it could be either a destabilization from not, you know, getting used to it, like the beginner wobbling on the bicycle kind of thing, or that the, how can I say this? Like a lack of clarity, like since you're not used to it, the not being sure what's going to happen type of thing. And this does, you know, when the 3 of coins shows up, I'm almost certain to read this as, you know, work related or that kind of collaboration type of thing. And yeah, this is no exception, obviously. Whatever this is, this boundary, this or assertiveness or standing up for yourself, it has an opportunity to begin something nice, which is what I find nice in this. And I like that wow, there's a lot of, like, this is all deuces, 3s, and 4s, basically. So that puts a bit of temperament on what I was saying about being at the beginning of a process. Now that I zoom out a little, this is looking like more like a turning point in it, which kind of makes sense in moments like that when you're standing up for yourself. And the sun has, for the most part, been silently nodding at the bottom of your deck here. But the other thing that he adds, it also plays off the Emperor reverse in the sense that part of the meanings of the sun is also clarity, because it's the daytime, it's when you can see, you know. And when you're standing up for yourself in situations where you're not used to doing so, it can feel destabilizing. And also, you know, because this is inevitable in the long run, when you step up for yourself, there's a possibility that you'll step on some toes, you know. And it reminds me of something I almost forgot to say, which is I'm happy I reminded myself to say it. This is one of these things I say all the time, because in relationships, I think it is healthy to view relationships as transactional to a point. I don't think it's healthy to have like a mental ledger. I think that's fucked up. But if you don't see a transactional aspect to your relationships at all, like 0, 0, 0, That either makes you a potential abuser unconsciously or consciously, or wide open to abusers, you know? It's kind of important to know what you contribute and know, you know, what you want from, you know, whatever relationship, you know? And try to make sure that that balance works out generally in the long run. Because again, I think that keeping mental tabs is weird. I feel I'm cringing just talking about it, you know. But it's important. Like, be worth the trouble is the phrase that I say a lot, in the sense to remind myself that it's important to give, and it's also important to assert needs and wants and boundaries and that kind of thing, you know. And yes, when you're asserting a boundary, it usually does come at the inconvenience of the person who crossed it or wanted to or whatever. So yeah, and in that you're kind of withdrawing from the account by, you know, asserting the boundary in terms of brownie points type of thing. So yeah, I'm not sure how to neatly wrap up the rant on, you know, being worth the trouble, but I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. And this is looking like an opportune week to go in that direction, you know? So yeah, if you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay, pyramid placement is pretty good. Okay, wow. Nice. All right, so this should be decent. Something like that. That will do. Awesome, I'll see you right now. Group 2, I'd sum up this vibe as delayed victory. It's really interesting having the sun reversed in the middle of all this, because the aspect of the sun that is coming forward more here is the one of joy and levity and that kind of thing, you know. But the fact that this vertical axis is reversed is suggesting a delay in something that is kind of the invitation is to take it in stride as much as you can, because this reversed line is flanked by Temperance and you know, the Seven of Wands. It's interesting that those are the only two cards that are upright in all of this, you know. And also the delayed victory is reinforced by the world reverse at the bottom of your reading, you know. Yeah, and the funny thing is with Temperance here, Temperance, one of the aspects of Temperance is like mixing things that seem unmixable. But there's also levity to it, you know, even though the delayed levity of the sun is, you know, delayed, it's looking like the taking it in stride type of levity is available to you right now. And it's, yeah, the Queen of Wands, Page of Coins combo, both reversed, is an interesting one. It suggests, again, a delayed manifestation of something that you're being invited to not take as too much of a bruise on your ego. I think that's what the Queen of Wands is adding to this mix, you know? But yeah, it's difficult for me to add anything. Let's just say the Seven of Wands upright has been silently nodding this whole time. I think it's the only one that I haven't said much about, and I don't think that commenting on it would add anything. So I'm going to wrap up. If you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay. The 5 of coins at the bottom. Very interesting that the Emperor is the only human depicted here. That should be close enough. Excellent. I'll see you right now. I close the blinds. Now, as far as your reading goes, this vibe is... this has strong final push vibes. Obviously, with the 9-10 of Wands here, flanked by the 4 and 6 of Swords, it's looking like a final push towards something, and the lessons that you learn from it, and therefore sets up the platform that you can use to jump off from it last time. I really like the 4 of Swords co-present with the Emperor here. Because in this deck, you know, each pip has something of the deck, the major that it's associated with. Hence the block here for the Emperor, the champion for the 7, etc. Anyway, yeah, but with the 5 of coins here at the bottom of the deck, it's the final push and the lessons and all that shit that comes with it, but at a cost. And I think that this is looking overall really nice to me. But in times like this, it's important to remember like what it's all about. And I think that with, you know, it's the old with a strong enough why you can tolerate any how, that kind of thing. I might have butchered that, so you might want to look that up if you're curious. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe here. And I like the master rulership of the Emperor here at the bottom of everything, you know, because again, it's kind of in times like this, from this foundation that you can give that push, learn the lessons, and you know, bear the burden that comes along with it, you know. And sometimes the burden is just responsibility. You know, new level, new devil, like I heard in some podcast I used to listen to. Anyway, I think I can't add anything without looping, so I'm just going to wrap up there. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. I thought I had more time before the sun started cutting through the shot, so I had to adjust the lighting and everything. Let me see. This looks pretty decent. All right, let's do it. Group A, your card is Dynamic. Let me just show it to you like this. And the text under it reads, "The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy." That is so fitting for all 3 readings. That's really interesting. Yeah, I find myself doing this often with this deck, but I really do think I'm just going to reread this and move on. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Group B, your card is Turning Point. This is I Ching hexagram number 24. This is one of these cards I pull often but forget what it means. Anyway, the keywords are return, the start of a new cycle, right timing, regeneration, inevitability, steady improvements. Give me a second. Yeah, it's funny. This is another one that fits in really well with all three. The aspects of this, like this is looking like kind of a week for you, no pressure, but I think that the turning point aspect is coming in really strong. And the words that I read that are jumping out to me are the beginning of a new cycle, right timing, regeneration, and inevitability for some of you. Group C, your card is mediate and contemplate new moon in Pisces. That is really funny. Yeah, this is the week of the new moon in Pisces. Anyway, let me think about this for a second. I'm really glad I took the time to think about that. So, because I thought of how to apply it for the readings that I gave. So in no particular order, because obviously the theme of meditate and contemplate, it's a fitting time, but I'd invite you to meditate on either the lessons that you're learning, the opportunities that you have, or the things at your disposal. Group D, your card is stop. Very interesting. I would say that there might be a cycle that you're invited to break, you know? For some of you, it might be a time to do something differently than how you usually do it. And there is discomfort inherent in that. So this might be a good week to lean into that. And remember, no one will judge you who hasn't, you know, shied away themselves, all right? And this is a good note to end on. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like. I hope you have a great week. Take care. I'll see you soon.